Hello students, today we'll start with a new chapter, cell cycle and cell division. So what is cell cycle? Cell cycle is a sequence of events by which a cell causes duplication of all its content and then divide equally among the daughter cells. It is a sequence of events by which a cell causes duplication of all its content and then divide equally among the daughter cells. So in cell cycle, all the content of the cell are duplicated and then equally divided among the daughter cell. This cycle was given by Howard and Pelk. This cycle was given by Howard and Pelk, and they did experiment on growing root tips of Vicia faba, that is broad beans. So what is cell cycle? In cell cycle, one cell duplicates its all the contents and divide its content equally into the two daughter cells. So one cell divides into two. Now I have drawn this pictorial representation of the cell cycle. Cell cycle is mainly divided into two phases. First is interphase and the other is M phase. Interphase and M phase. Interphase covers the 95% of the time of cell cycle. Interphase covers 95% of the cell cycle, total time taken by the cell cycle. Out of that, 95% is taken by interphase and only 5% is covered by the M phase, that is dividing phase or mitotic phase. Interphase is also called resting phase. Why it is called resting phase? Because in this phase no chromosomal movement is seen. Because in this phase no chromosomal movement is seen, therefore it is also known as resting phase. Interphase is further divided into three phases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. G1 phase is known as gap 1 phase. It is also known as post-mitotic phase. Gap 1 phase or post-mitotic phase. Why it is known as post-mitotic phase? Because it comes after M phase, that is mitosis. S phase. S phase is synthetic phase in which the amount of DNA gets doubled. S phase is the phase in which the DNA amount gets doubled. G2 phase is gap 2 phase. This is also known as pre-mitotic phase. Why it is known as pre-mitotic phase? Because it precedes the M phase. It comes before the M phase, that is mitotic phase. So this whole sequence of events starting from G1 phase to M phase is known as one cell cycle. The time required to complete one cell cycle is called generation time. The time required to complete one cell cycle is called generation time. For human cells, this generation time is 24 hours. For yeast cells, 90 minutes, means one yeast cell divides to form two new yeast cells in 90 minutes. For bacterial cell, it is 20 minutes. Each cell cycle follows two main phases, that is M phase and interphase. M phase is 5% of the total cycle and interphase is 95% of the total cycle. Now we will discuss interphase. In interphase, DNA is in loose and interwoven form. Children, you know that DNA is present in the resting cell which is not dividing in chromatin in the form of chromatin network. That is, it is present in loose and interwoven form. DNA does not appear in the form of chromosomes. Also called resting phase because no chromosomal movement are observed in this phase. But metabolically it is the most active phase. So interphase is called resting phase because no chromosomal movement is seen here, but metabolically it is the most active phase. It is further divided into three phases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. G1 phase is also known as first gap phase or first growth phase or post-mitotic phase or pre-synthetic phase. S phase or synthetic phase. G2 phase is second gap phase or second growth phase, post-synthetic phase or pre-mitotic phase. G1 phase. It is the longest phase of the cell cycle. See, I have shown here also that G1 phase is the longest phase of the cell cycle, because maximum growth takes place in this phase. It is the longest phase of the cell cycle. Maximum gene expression, that is formation of protein. How do gene expresses itself? The gene is made up of DNA. From DNA, RNA is formed, and from RNA, proteins are formed. So maximum gene expression occurs in this phase. The duplication of most of the organelles occur in this phase. See, if mitochondria is doubled, chloroplast is doubled, or any other organelle is doubled, that is doubled in this phase. Maximum cytoplasmic growth occurs here. Means cytoplasm, the content of cytoplasm increases here. It is mainly involved in synthesis of all the enzymes, proteins required for replication of DNA. So it is involved in the synthesis of all the enzyme proteins required for replication of DNA. In this phase, ploidy is 2N and DNA content is 2C. See children, we are talking about a simple diploid cell. So here the ploidy means set of chromosome. Ploidy of the cell is 2N, means it is diploid, and the DNA content is 2C, matlab normal DNA content is there, 2C. So each chromosome has one chromatid and each chromatid has one chromosomal DNA, 1C DNA. If a cell gets arrested in G1 phase, then it is called G0 phase. Means if the cell gets arrested at G1 phase and it does not move to S phase, then we call that cell has gone to G0 phase. This is also known as G0 phase, is known as quiescent phase. In this phase, the cell do not divide. Antiphase is the stage when cell decides to get arrested in G1 phase or to proceed S phase. So it is a small phase, small time taken by the cell to decide whether it has to divide or not. If it has to divide, then it will enter the S phase, and if it does not want to divide, then it will remain in G1 phase, that is, then it is called G0 phase. As per NCERT, in NCERT it is written, if a cell exits G1 phase and does not reach S phase, then the cell is in G0 phase. So if the cell exits the G1 phase and does not reach the S phase, then it is called G0 phase. S phase. In S phase is also known as synthetic phase. Here occurs a replication of DNA. Replication means duplication of DNA. Copy of DNA is formed in this phase. Duplication of DNA or synthesis of DNA. Also, there is synthesis of histone proteins. See, what are histone proteins? These are the basic proteins which help in the packaging of DNA. So here what happens? Duplication of DNA occurs, synthesis of histone proteins take place, and duplication of centriole also takes place. I told you that centriole helps in formation of spindle fibers. So three things happens in S phase: duplication of DNA, duplication of histone protein or synthesis of histone protein, and duplication of centriole. In S phase, the ploidy remains 2N, but the DNA content increases to 4C from 2C. Because DNA gets duplicated, so amount of DNA increases from 2C to 4C, but the ploidy remains 2N. Because the new DNA synthesized will get attached to the same chromosome. So now one chromosome will have two sister chromatid. One chromosome will have two sister chromatid. In G1 phase, one chromosome was having only one chromatid. So each chromosome now has two chromatid and each chromatid has 1C DNA. G2 phase. The remaining genes expressed during this phase. It is also growth phase. So remaining growth which do not occur in G1 phase occurs in G2 phase. The synthesis of tubulin protein, which helps in the formation of spindle fibers, occurs here. So the synthesis of tubulin protein occurs here, required for microtubule assembly. So all the total proteins are synthesized. required for the condensation and packaging of DNA into chromosome. So tubulin proteins are synthesized here, which help in the formation of spindle fiber, and other protein which help in condensation and packaging of DNA are also synthesized in G2 phase. Ploidy is 2N as in S phase and DNA content is 4C as in S phase. So each chromosome has 2 chromatid and each chromatid has 1C DNA and each chromatid has 1C DNA. So here I have given a tabular representation for the ploidy and DNA content. In G1 phase, the ploidy is 2N and DNA content is 2C. In S phase, ploidy remains 2N but the DNA content increases to 4C. Same is the case in G2 phase. Pro, meta, ana, telo we will discuss later on. Till now we have discussed till here.